What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? It's your boy Rio, and it is Tuesday night, April 26th. We are two nights away from the start of round one of the NFL draft. We could finally put to bed all the speculation, all the mock drafts, all the all everything that comes with it. The spectacle of the NFL draft is something that I love, and we are only two sleeps away from it. You know, in about 49 hours, we're going to be watching the first round of the draft, waiting a couple hours because we're probably not going to be picking to about 10:20 p.m. Because, yes, it does take that long, and it's in Vegas, so I imagine there's going to be some type of theatrical buildup to the introductions and stuff there. But I got two guests coming on with me tonight. I got my boy Corey and I got my guy Ed Oliver in the building. They'll be checking in just a second. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm glad to be here. I know y'all probably tired of my face with all this content that I've been pushing out lately, but we're applying pressure on the Rambling with Rio YouTube channel. And it's thanks to Washington on the Daily on Instagram and Bet US Sportsbook and Casino. Let's see what's popping in the chat. Nati was first in the building. He said, Primero. First in the building, my guy. Carlton, my guy. What it do? We've been on the DMs texting and talking wide receivers all day, man. It's about that time. Yeah. Queen Sheen, how you doing? How you doing on this Tuesday night? Why can't it be Thursday? I'm ready. Brother Cap, my guy. What it do, my dude? And shout out to everybody who got me those videos with their draft prediction for what I'm dropping tomorrow. So far, we have about 40 minutes of people making draft predictions at pick 11. And there's a lot of different options from people. If we got a choice between Olave and Wilson, who are we taking? I'm taking Garrett Wilson if I have the choice. I think the team could go either way because I know Ron and them love Olave, bro. Just watch it. Look at the way that Marty Herney and Ron are looking at Olave at the pro day, bro. They look absolutely enamored, and we have a very high affinity for him. Will Robinson, my guy, said Kyle Hamilton in the first, Pickens in the second. See, my problem with that is I don't think Pickens is going to be there at 47. We would have to trade up for him. And I understand everybody who says Kyle Hamilton, Derek Stingley in the first round. And the wide receiver position, you're going to go from having the choice of Buckeyes, maybe a Drake London, Traylon Burks. You're going to go from that to picking between like maybe a Sky Moore, probably not Jahan Doxson, not George Pickens, not Christian Watson. We're going to be talking about the John Mechie's of the world by the time we get on the clock again at 47. And there's levels to this receiver shit. And I would just rather us get one of the upper echelon guys, but we will see. I love Kyle Hamilton, though. That's why I don't think Kyle Hamilton makes it out the top 10. I'll believe it when I see it on draft night because he's just too damn good, man. He's too good at football. Like, that's why if he gets there, Ron is definitely drafting fucking Kyle Hamilton. He's not me, but hell yeah. Hey, brother Cap, that's a guy we forget about, David Bell, because he ran a slow 40. David Bell's a receiver I look at later in the draft. That's my guy. And we got my boy Ed about to pop on stream. Ed Oliver, the real one, not the one from Buffalo. What's good, man?
What's going on, man? Thank you for having me on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're 2 sleeps away from the draft, man. How you feeling?
It's crazy, man. It just hit me. You know, hearing the sound, a little hearing that sound. It's surreal. It's a surreal moment, man. I can't wait. Thursday night is gonna be real. It's gonna be the whole weekend. Thursday night, Friday night, all day Saturday. I already told everybody, you know, I'm not gonna be available Thursday night, Friday night, or Saturday the whole day.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Because for football fanatics, this is Christmas. It's like Christmas weekend for us, Thursday through Saturday. Are you an NFL Network or ESPN draft coverage guy? Or do you swap in between?
I do ESPN. Honestly, I really do ESPN, but I really fool with the content creators. You know, I hop on everybody else's stream, or I'm doing my own stream. This year I probably won't be streaming. I'm just gonna do reactions to who we pick. I probably won't be going live this year.
Okay. All right, I'll be live on the channel.
I'll
I'm sure
probably
everybody gonna be live on their channels for the most
yeah,
part. So you got plenty of choices to choose from.
right. Yeah,
And
I'll probably be watching you and everybody else.
I feel you on that too. Like I like watching the draft. I like jumping between both channels. I think ES because of the music. You know, I love hearing Mel Kiper, McShay, and now Matt Miller go back and forth. I definitely tune into the NFL Network copy as well because Daniel Jeremiah and them are good. But NFL Network's coverage is a little bit drier than ESPN. Like ESPN's got an extra little oomph to it. You know.
Yeah, only thing, yeah, Mel Kiper. I know he's not going to be there because he doesn't believe in whatever the vaccine. I'm not going to get into that, but
Mm-hmm.
um, I just know ESPN. They usually do like a sad story, like somebody's family member got shot.
Oh, Trey Wingo.
Somebody's dead or something. Somebody died, or they
Yeah.
always do some type of sad story on ESPN. They always do like some type of redemption craziness story. That's the only thing about ESPN.
Oh yeah. That shit blows. Like they feed off of the trauma
Yeah,
of
yeah,
prospects. Yo,
they do.
his mother was shot in the head
Right.
3 weeks ago. Like, bruh, let that man enjoy his night, man. And we got another legend in the building. We got Mr. On the Warpath, Corey Sanchez checking in. He runs the alumni over at UVA. He just checking in from doing big business deals. How you doing, my brother?
Good, brother. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you having me on here, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. How you feeling right now? We're 2 days away from the draft. How we doing?
I'm over it.
You over it already?
I'm over it. I just the great thing about the draft is Sunday after everything is done. So it ends on Saturday, but that's Sunday when you don't have to talk about it. You just wait to see these guys get in practice, and then hopefully we look towards the preseason and see if these guys can show out.
This is an exciting time of year because this is exciting optimism time. Like, and everybody has a chance. You're all excited about these new toys that you're adding to the roster, and no games have been played yet. So as far everybody's eyes, everyone has a shot at this time of year. You know what I'm saying? We got fresh, fancy new quarterback, fancy new receivers. Like, we're 2 days away from the NFL draft. How are you? Like, you're ready to get it over with already, Corey?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's just a build up to it is what I'm over with. We talk about the combines. We do all these mock drafts. People do like 80 mock drafts, and it's an imperfect science, right? And then we got people in groups that are like, oh, that's a terrible mock draft. Oh, that's a terrible mock draft. Like, every mock draft is terrible. Yeah, it's terrible because there's no science to it. If you don't know what's on their big board in the in Ashburn or wherever they're doing the drafts at across the NFL, we don't know. It's not a perfect science. So I remember last year, the only person I got right on my draft, mock draft that I did, William Bradley King, and that was even at the wrong pick in the 7th round. So it is what it is, though.
I called Jamin. I ain't getting nothing else right on my draft, but I called Jamin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, so to start today's episode and live stream off, we got some news today. We got a curveball threw at us 2 nights before the draft. Apparently, allegedly, amongst reports, Daron Payne might not be getting extended here, and we let Seto and Ioannidis out the door. So how do y'all feel about that, Ed? What do you feel about what was reported today?
It's a business. It's tough, but I do hope if they're not going to extend him, they might as well explore trade options because we've let too many guys walk out the door and not getting value for them. If they're going to say a 5th round pick is the compensatory pick we're going to get, and we're just going to let him walk and let him leave, we might as well go and get some value for him. We let Brandon Sheriff walk. We only got a 3rd and a 5th for Trent Williams. We didn't get anything for Kirk Cousins. We don't get anything for players that we know aren't coming back. So for once, why don't we have some foresight and try to get out there and get some value? Hey, what if a team is really high on Daron Payne, and let's say they do offer a 3rd or a 2nd, which I don't think they will. I think at best we'll get a 4th. He's been a good player, but he hasn't been a great player. He's not a Pro Bowl player. He's a solid player. Don't get me wrong. He's a good player, but if I'm like the another team, I probably only want to give him a 4th. But you got to look at that. And there's some good DTs. There's some good defensive tackles out there. Perrion went from Oklahoma. We met with him. There's some other guys out there that are available. But Yeah, I mean, cutting Matt Ioannidis, I didn't like it. Cutting Tim Settle, I didn't like it either. Just for bringing in Carson Wentz, we had to let go of guys. I wasn't a fan of that, but it is what it is. That's what happened with the cap space. We'll probably sign the guy from the Bills, Steven Tutalele, because he played with Ron. So there's probably 99% chance we're going to sign him up after the draft. We already got not David Bada, but F.A. Obata.
Yeah.
Another Ron Rivera guy. So, and I actually like F.A. Obata. Nothing against
He's
him.
productive. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like that sign. I wasn't mad at it. It's just another Panther guy. So it is what it is on that. But yeah, I mean, if Daron doesn't want to come back, which I don't think he does. I think he wants to move on and go somewhere else. I don't know anything. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I just get the vibes that he doesn't want to come back. He wants to chase the bag. And there's gonna be a team that's gonna pay him. I just feel like the past that we've had with Brandon Sheriff and other free agents, Preston Smiths of the world, I just don't see us paying Daron Payne. I feel like he's gonna walk, and we're not gonna get value for him.
Yeah, but that's unfortunate. Like, I just think that was terribly mishandled. If that's the way it plays out, Corey, what do you what do you think about this situation, brother?
Yeah, I mean, we have just destroyed the perceived strength of this defense within the last 2 months. And there's no recourse. There's no maybe we should do this. Maybe we should be in position that. I mean, Tim Settle was signed for peanuts in Buffalo. It wasn't even like it was a hard contract to sign him to. The cap be damned, right? And then you look at Matt Ioannidis. He may have had some issues with how he was being coached. I can understand that, right? And then, ironically enough, he went to Carolina. So, but the fact that you don't have it's like we wait till the move is right in front of us. It's like we wait until the bomb is right at the door to tick and blow up in front of us when we knew a bomb was coming 3 months ago, right?
Facts.
It makes we have no foresight. And I understand that, like, I get where Ed and I, our good boy DC Bay, the man is always angry about what Ron Rivera does. Y'all know if you see him on there.
Hell
and
yeah.
I'm trying to hey, look at it this way, right? But in the grand scheme of things, he's right. Don't tell him I said that, though. He's right, though. He's right with his frustration because there is no foresight. They're playing checkers. Hell, they're not even playing checkers. They're playing that damn thing that you play at Cracker Barrel. And they get coming up with 5 sticks the whole time. You can't you could have got something for him. Like when he got fighting with John Allen, and you have more value in John Allen, I would have made calls at the end of the year, say, hey, when the new league year comes up, what you want to do with Daron Payne?
Absolutely. And I don't know if I'm buying that we're about to trade him draft weekend. And I don't know yet if I'm buying that we aren't going to extend him. I need to hear more, because like the one thing I will say about these guys here, other than the quarterback position, we don't really know what's happening in that building anymore. And it seems like substantial news, other than telling the world that we all want a quarterback, like it just kind of gets dropped on us, or a national guy comes out with it. It seems like no local guys are really breaking anything anymore. So I'll wait to see if that's the case, because after letting Settle and Ioannidis go, are we really about to just start the year without Payne too? We're really about to draft Jordan Davis in the first round.
I'm telling you, Obata. Steven Tutalele, Obata.
We really about to start the year. Well, we about to draft Jordan Davis round 1, Perrion Winfrey round 2. Like that's what we about to do, man. We about to go D-tackle again. And I can't, bro. If they draft a defensive tackle in the first round of the draft on Thursday, I might lose my motherfucking mind. Like, yo,
they're gonna escort you out of there.
I can't have it, bro. I cannot have it. I'm gonna try to hope for the best and say somehow we right this ship. But if we could get some trade value, please try to get a third for this man. That's probably a lot, but try to get the third we lost for getting our quarterback, and then I'm good with it, man. What's going on, KP? George said, unless draft week is a good week to make these deals, sometimes draft capital in the following draft. For sure. And if Payne don't want to be here, then we got to get him done. I want to know what the goal is, too. But 2 days leading up to it, where y'all leaning for what the pick's gonna be at 11? I'm gonna start with Ed. Where you leaning? Like, what do you think is happening on Thursday?
Well, we've heard from multiple, like you said, local beat reporters have been saying Drake London. So very, very high on Drake London, allegedly. That's what the reports are saying. You see what he did with Carolina. He liked big, tall receivers. And I think the game has changed. It's more about separation. It's more about guys that can get open and create space. But yeah, I mean, you look at Devin Funches, you look at Kelvin Benjamin,
Yuck.
2 guys for Carolina, and I feel like that's the way the wrong wants to go. Drake London, I'm not gonna say Drake London is not good because you look on. I think we're scarred from Josh Doxson. We're scarred from
PTSD.
AGG. Yeah, PTSD. We're scarred from those guys. Both guys were 6'4", just go get it, guys. Drake London, separation is not his thing, but that doesn't mean you're not going to be good. I think they got to play him in the slot. When I watch him play, he does look like Jordan Reed. I'm not going to say that just because he's light-skinned and he's big, but
he moves just like him.
Yeah, he moves like Jordan. He moves like a tight end. He moves like a quicker tight end. So are they going to use him correctly and get him the football? Carson, he likes big receivers, but I think Carson likes speed guys too. I don't think Carson is just a guy that just throws jump balls. Like when he had Deshaun for the 2 games that Deshaun was healthy. Of course, the one game that Deshaun
dotting us up.
Yeah, when we were up 17-0, that was like the one game Deshaun was healthy. He was throwing the ball downfield to Deshaun. So I think Carson would do good with speed too, like somebody like Garrett Wilson or Olave. I think he'd be fine with them. But I think right now it's probably gonna be Drake.
Yep, and the way I feel about it is, I don't think it's going to be Drake London because I don't think he's going to be there, man. Because the league sees him differently than I see him. I think he could be really good. I think he could also be really bad and maybe not be able to get past press coverage. But I think the league loves him. They love a 6'5", 220-pound guy that can go up and play basketball and make it easy on the quarterback. He has better short area quickness and feet than I thought he did. But I think he's going to the Jets at 10 or the Falcons at 8. And I'm standing firm that I think a Buckeye receiver is going to be taken with the 11th pick of the draft. Until I see otherwise, I was watching their Ohio State mixed and produced pro day videos yesterday. The Ron and Marty Herney look in love with Olave, bro. Like the whole staff and contingent that was in Ohio State, they were just absolutely smitten with the guy. Corey, 2 days away. Where you think the team's leaning right now?
Oh gosh, man, I don't know what this team like with Ron and stuff.
It could be a guard.
Yeah, we're gonna get a guard or we're gonna get one of them tackles that'll fall down here. I'm a proponent of trading back, but I think at the end of the day, if you're stuck there at 11 and you can't get a trade guy, big body receivers, man, I don't know. Like Drake, what was it? He had the injury. What was the lower body injury he had?
His ankle.
Yeah, his ankle. A big guy with bad ankles, man. So you gonna go into a house that doesn't have a good foundation, right? At the foundation, Ed, you sell houses. At the foundation bed, you gonna sell that house? No. If you got hell to the no, I'm not gonna do it. And if it's a high rise, the whole damn city's gonna go there because the tip's gonna tip because of the foundation.
I love Corey.
So Drake, that's my thing with Drake London now. But my boy Garrett Wilson, the more I watch about this story, Lord have mercy, he ain't the dude from Home Improvement hiding over the fence. Wilson, the Duke, his name is on the damn football, y'all.
Yes,
We're gonna call him the Duke. We're gonna do some mathematicals with you. He scores 6. His number is 5. Oh, that equals 11. Pick it at 11, y'all. Pick it at 11. It's written in the stars. You gotta go Garrett Wilson here, man. Give Carson Wentz all the weapons. Give him no excuses, no doubts in our minds that he can be the quarterback to lead this team to the future. I think he's the guy. He can do it on the ground. He can do it. He could be your next Deebo Samuel type. If you look at it, he's aggressive enough, and he can run. He did a hell of an end around. They always talk about he scored 6 touchdowns down the stretch. Those were receiving. It actually was 7 down those last 3 games because they had end around for 51 yards. So the dude can do it, man. I don't see how it's no question. Wilson, man, the Duke.
Just don't overthink it, man. Just go get us a weapon. Go get us a weapon at 11, man.
Watch
Yes.
The coaching game where this man leapfrogged somebody, was up in the air and mauled somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And he's mean. He plays mean. He'll walk over you, talk trash. We need a dog on offense. We need somebody to talk trash.
And I think that's what sets him apart. He has that edge. He has that athletic arrogance about him. Like you see an interview, he's like, bro, I'm the best receiver in this draft. I'm the most versatile. Put me inside, outside, throw the ball up. I'm going to get it. He's 6 feet, but he plays like he's 6'5". He goes up and gets it. He does the most after he gets the ball in his hand. Garrett Wilson would be the dream pick, but I also think people are overthinking Chris Olave. Chris Olave is a monster. This man caught the most touchdowns in Ohio State history for a reason. He's always open. You're getting like leaner, smoother, and a little bit quicker Terry that doesn't catch jump balls, opposite Terry in the offense. I don't really think you can go wrong with any of these picks at receiver because you just traded for a quarterback. We've drafted 5 years in a row in the first round a defensive player for a unit that just regresses every year. It is time that we draft an offensive player at one. You want a defensive player? Trade back into the first round later tonight and go get your Buffalo nickel. Go get your D-line. Yo, aren't y'all sick of hearing the words Buffalo nickel?
That's a drinking game now, bro. It's like every time you hear Buffalo nickel, it's like
position flex.
Yeah, position flex.
Position flex Buffalo nickel. So Ron and Martin Mayhew, they addressed the media yesterday. I love how they really didn't give anyone anything. Like they kind of like they pressed hard to try to get something out of them, and they gave them nothing. What were you guys' biggest takeaways from Ron and Martin's one? Let's start with Corey.
Nothing. And they asked the media, and you know, I loved our guys in the media, right?
What up, Paulie?
Oh, Henny. They said nothing. They asked like I could have answered these questions for these guys. Cause I'm sitting there listening to, because you know we were up in the comments up in that live, and I'm like, why would you ask him something like that? I said, Martin Mayhew be a fool to answer that. I think who was it might have been Matt Paris who had asked something like, really? He asked something like I was like, you know the answer to that. Why are you asking that question?
And JP thinks that they're gonna like give him the draft board. Like, what are y'all doing, bro?
Yeah, what are you doing? This like y'all ain't even got the contract for the team anymore. It's R.A.W. So they'll give it to them now. So, but I didn't get anything out of. I never get anything out of these because the good and the bad ones, man, they keep it. They put the cards down and they just go in there. It's like almost going in there. It's Johnny Depp at Fairfax County right now, right? It's like, did you say this? No, I can't recall I said it. And you get nothing out of it because you know what he's going to say already.
Nada. Yep. Stever, what's going on? Stever, Marcus, what's good with you? Paulie said Rio and Olave need to get a room at the Dew Drop. Don't do me like that, Paulie. Don't do me like that, Paulie. Hey, what were your main takeaways from the presser yesterday?
They want more pick. They want more picks. Excuse me. I feel like they want to trade back. They do want to accumulate more picks. They know that not having a third round pick, not having a fifth round pick is tough on them. Especially if they want to bring in more talent. They want to surround Wentz with more weapons of playmakers. And they need more picks, man. Giving up that third round pick and that fifth round pick is just tough on them. Other than that, yeah, they did keep a tight ship sometimes. Sometimes they will let some stuff leak out, but yeah, the Martys, they didn't say much. Ron didn't say much either. Ron didn't say guys. It didn't get to that point, nothing like that. But you know, it was a normal. But they do want to trade back, so we'll see if they trade back in the first. That's the big thing. But if they trade back like in the middle rounds, like in the third, fourth, fifth round or something, I could clearly see them do something like. As long as they don't trade up for a long snapper, I'm fine.
Oh,
it worked out though, right? You know, Cheeseman, we didn't hear his name too much during the rookie season.
Yeah, Cheeseman was fine. I just feel like they could have got him as an undrafted free agent. That's the only problem I had with it. But Cheeseman was good. I give him his credit.
Oh man, that's crazy. Okay, somebody just scared me saying something in the chat just now. Hold up. Somebody said, "Oh no, breaking news: Terry McLaurin trade for the Seattle Seahawks." That's not good. They get 3 drafts and a 6th draft. I was playing. I can't wait for the draft. I would absolutely go on like the longest rant. We would all just cuss the team the hell out for 45 minutes if that was really the case.
Just 45 minutes, bro. Okay, 45 hours, probably.
We're going for the whole night. Whoever our first pick is, let's hope he's better than Davis. Let's see what Jamin Davis does this year, playing in the correct position and like as a weak side backer rather than a Mike. And let's see what he does in his second year before we necessarily call him a bust and stuff like that. Somebody snoring? Somebody sleeping out here? Is somebody sleep? I don't know. I hear something. It sound like the wind, some breath or something out there. Somebody, y'all good?
Let me back up from that, Mike. That's probably me. Got that Darth Vader going on over
here. Hell yeah, my man got the Commandalorian mask going on.
Let me put myself on mute real quick.
Oh man, but yeah. After the first round, what do we need to come away with? Like, if we don't come away with this in this draft, you're going to be mad. You're going to be upset, and this draft was probably not the move. What position do you feel like we have to come away with in this draft, Ed?
It's so tough, man. We need more. We need more talent, man. The roster needs talent from top to bottom, in my opinion, except for the D line. But man, if we just don't get talent on offense, man, I'm just on offense state of mind. I think we need another wide receiver. I know Curtis and De'Ami are coming back. They should be better, but I just feel like we need a game breaker other than Terry. We need somebody that the team can play a defense that puts fear in the defense. Like, I bring up the Dallas game so much because you look at what they were able to do, and some of that is on Heineke's arm strength. But at the same time, the way they were able just to game plan for Terry, they just bracketed Terry, and they're like, okay, DeAndre Carter can do whatever he wants. We don't really care. Cam Sims, he got us that one time. Okay, it's good. But if you do get a Garrett Wilson on the other side, that puts fear on them, and then you're going to get a one-on-one matchup every time with Trayvon Diggs. He's not going to have that safety help anymore, or they're going to have to pay attention to Garrett Wilson every time. Then you get Curtis in the middle in the slot, and it's just going to be nasty. Antonio Gibson. You can do different things with him too. So they just need another wide receiver, in my opinion. A guy that's more reliable, another number 2 that can take the top off the defense and can get separation, get open. They need another playmaker really bad. Other than that, yeah, like you said, the Buffalo nickel. I like Jalen Petrie out of Baylor. Yeah, I like Petrie out of Baylor. There you go. He has position flex, so we got to drink it up again.
Take another one.
Yeah, Brisker. You can get Brisker, one of them guys. Out of one of those guys out of Penn State, Brisker out of Penn State. That's another good safety right there. So honestly, or it's between, other than wide receiver, is really I would go safety or linebacker, and then low key is tight end too. You're not gonna get a tight end really in the second or third. You're not gonna. I don't see them doing that, but like in the fourth or fifth, if they do get a 5th round pick, so in the 4th round, you could look at a tight end. But yeah, I would say tight end, and then I know nobody wants a guard, but I would say in the later rounds, let's see if we can get a guard, man. Because Brandon Sheriff leaving, I know nobody's a big fan of Brandon Sheriff, all the injuries and whatnot, but you do need a backer for Wes Schweitzer. Sadiq Charles, we don't know 100% how ready he is.
Yeah, he's not the guy.
After the position, defensive tackle. I'm naming every position off the book right now. But defensive tackle, like we talked about too. Like, we don't have a lot of depth there because Matt is gone, Tim Settle's gone. There's just not a lot of depth there. So a lot of picks in the 4th through 7th is going to be a lot of depth picks that we need. So, but I would say wide receiver, low key tight end.
Yeah, Gunny said that's Corey sucking up the air. Pause. Corey, what position do we have to come away with in the first round of the draft?
Man,
or any round of the draft. What position you'll be disappointed if we don't come away with one?
I'm with Ed on the wide receiver for a completely different reason. I kind of talked about it earlier. This team lacks foresight. Now, while I don't believe Terry McLaurin will walk, I think they'll get it done, hopefully. I think you have to have a contingency plan. And the fact is, you need to bring a wide receiver in here that is the best of both worlds. Either you have somebody that's going to be the number 2 to Terry going on in the future, or you're going to have the next number 1. So you need to get a wide receiver. And that's just being real. Also, I think guard is key Guard is going to be very key, building that interior line spot. You know, we've had a lot of talks and rumors that folks think that maybe Cosme should move inside the guard. Cosme's good at right tackle. Let that boy learn and develop a tackle.
Let him cook.
Yeah, let him learn. Don't mess with it. And I trust John Metzko, Travell Wharton, that whoever they pick, the guy's he's gonna be good in that spot. Tight end as well. I think that Logan Thomas, not only is he coming off an injury, he's on the wrong side of 30. You got my boy John Bates, who is good, but he's still learning there. He's still got it. He can be a little cement footed, as my cousin would like to call it. So I think a tight end, maybe my boy James Mitchell from Virginia Tech, late in that third day, that could be somebody you can develop.
Corey trying to get a commission out here.
Yeah,
he's representing these players.
I work with his mama, so I got to do it. I got to be like, hey, because it's the first call I'm gonna make if you get drafted. And be like, yo, moms, let him come on the warpath before he go out there and sign that contract. So
absolutely.
No, but I think that, and then I think you got to build the interior defensive line as well. That you've got to get a lineman there. I think there's a dude you can get late from Purdue. He's like 325 pounds, 6'4". Plug him up in it. Plug his big ass up in there and let him develop. That's what you need. These guys. You got to rebuild your defensive trench, because for some reason you let the Jolly Green Giant come up here and steal every damn thing. So that's why I'm like, interior lineman on both sides of the ball, wide receiver, tight end.
Absolutely. Okay, and for tight end, that actually that segues perfect into what I was gonna say, and what my man Meese just said. The top tight end prospect has two moms. Times are changing. That's crazy. This is the first prospect in NFL history, Trey McBride, to have two moms. That's crazy. I didn't know that. Like, I found that out like yesterday. And that is my number one tight end. And to me, that is my dream pick at 47. But I am almost positive someone like the Bucks, Bengals, or someone that can afford to is going to reach for him at the end of the first round, because luxury teams in luxury positions can do stuff like that. Trey McBride is the dude. Trey McBride looks like Kelsey Kittle. He looks like those type of guy. He's coming in here to share the tight end spot with Logan, like Ertz and Goddard did in Philadelphia. And Carson loves throwing the tight end. A guy like that, a guy like Isaiah Likely out of Coastal, like those are guys I'm looking at if we're going tight end. And I think we need to consider drafting a running back earlier than people say, because I love Antonio Gibson. I think he could use some competition in the backfield. He could use a kick in the ass and some motivation to get him right. Like if we brought in a Kenneth Walker in this jump, like we brought in a Kenneth Walker or Breece Hall in this building, or maybe go in the fourth round, maybe like a Brian Robinson or a James Cook. We can use another feature back to put back there with Gibson, because Gibson's still learning the position. His vision is very inconsistent, and he's put on some weight to play the position, so he's not running at the speed that he was coming out of college. Like he's a 4.3 guy. Has he looked 4.3 at all on the field for us so far? Not to me. Maybe on that screen versus Buffalo. That's it.
Yeah, the screen versus Buffalo. He's still learning. You can tell he's learning. He leaves a lot of yards on the field. There's that one stat, I forgot what it is, but our offensive line creates like a lot of running lanes, and he was like one of the worst in like leaving yards on the field. But yeah, he's still learning. And Scott Turner hasn't really used him like everybody thought he would. Like when they kept comparing him to Christian McCaffrey, he hasn't looked anything like that. But he's been solid. He's been good. He had 1,000-yard season. I'll give him his credit for sure. He's played through injuries. He had the shin injury or whatever injury he had. Then he had turf toe the year before. Played really well. Had a good game against Dallas. Had the hat trick when Dallas was the worst defense in the league at the time. But he just leaves a lot of yards on the field. And the fumbles are killing me.
Yes,
killing me. He led all running backs in fumbles. Had 6 fumbles. He got benched twice. He probably got benched 3 times. He got benched in the Dallas game.
And they happened at the worst times too,
right,
bro.
Yeah. He got benched in the Panthers game, got benched in the Dallas game. He fumbled some other games too, and J.D. McKissick had to pick up the slack. We had to put John Williams and Patterson in the game. We had to put McKissick in the game to step up when Gibson was fumbling the football. It's like from what was Friday Night Lights when the son they put his dad comes in wraps his arms up in front of his girlfriend, keeps slapping his arms. That's what we got to do with Gibby. But Gibby's a talent. He's super, super talented. I can't deny that. But I do like some of it is on Scott. I'm not going to blame Scott Turner, but he does need to use him a little bit more as a wide receiver too. But yeah, he's got to clean up the fumbles, and he's not a natural running back. You can just tell like he's missing some spots.
Hell yeah, and that's why we could definitely use someone in that backfield that is a natural running back, and that's like a back by committee situation works for me too because in a couple years.
The Chargers game.
Yep, there it is.
Week 1. Yep, week 1. That lost the game. Like William Jackson changes the momentum of the game with an interception in the red zone on Justin Herbert across the visitor's sideline. Trust me, I was there having a damn heat stroke when Gibson fumbled that ball. I knew it was over at that point. Like, the Carolina game, like those were some very ill-timed fumbles, and I think he could definitely use the competition. Gunny man, my man Paulie said Nick Cross, perfect Buffalo nickel candidate. Definitely a perfect.
Old Terp.
Local guy. We just had that local combine with the local prospects and stuff, so I wouldn't be mad at it at all. But yeah, man, I just think the one position we better come away with one in the draft is receiver. If we just act like we're okay with receiver as is, I'm going to have some words because Curtis Samuel is going to get, if he's healthy, he gives our offense another element that we did not have last year. And position flex, take another shot, versatility. We can use him as our Kirkland brand Deebo Samuel. And you know what I'm saying? Like he's our Swiss Army knife. He can get carries out the backfield, jet sweeps, screens. He can line up on the outside, line up on the inside. He can do pretty much anything. De'Ami Brown, we need to see what he is this year because he did a lot of nothing last year. And I know we like to say, it's because Taylor didn't have an arm. Taylor didn't run routes for you, my guy, and you look lost most of the season last year. I've enjoyed watching his YouTube channel and seeing him working on his feet and short area quickness. We have been fooled before, though.
I don't watch all-season workouts. I don't watch them anymore, man. Seriously, like
Terrell Pryor, was it him? Was it him that did it for you?
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I don't watch workout warriors. I don't do it.
Yeah, but in real, you bring a point though. We talk about people being mismanaged by this offense. I think De'Ami Brown, they got him running all these different routes. What's the best thing he did? He was just straight line
deep threat.
Deep threat, and they didn't do that. I mean, you could say that on with Taylor's arm and everything. So that's why I kind of have hope for him this year that he's going to be like that, and he can be Aldrick Robinson. I think that's a success. And he can be Aldrick Robinson in 2012. De'Ami Brown, you got it right there.
I'll take it. Good. I will take it. Being a true deep threat. Well, we have an actual good starting lineup of 2 starting boundary receivers and Curtis Samuel with the other guys mixed in. We got to get a receiver on the roster, man. Like we got to. He had 1 fumble his rookie year. Hey, I don't know what happened to his sophomore year, but those fumbles were.
Yeah, no, I'm still high on Gibson, but it doesn't hurt to add more. It doesn't hurt to add more weapons and more talent. It's an offensive league now. It is. Look at the Rams. Why are they going out there and signing everybody all the time? They always get talent. Look at the Bengals. They got Jamar Chase when they already had Boyd and Higgins. They didn't have to get another wide receiver. So there's always teams loading up. Now, Gibby, 1 fumble. Last year he looked a little bit like Matt Jones. I'm not gonna lie, but he still was solid though. But we can definitely use another guy back there.
I definitely made a couple comparisons of he was Matt Jones with a haircut a couple times with a haircut and a 4.3. I made the comment on my bro, some of those games I was hurt, bro. I ain't mean to give me, but you know what I'm saying? I believe in Antonio Gibson, but I also believe that there's room for another running back on this roster, and we should not be too enamored with these players. We have wideouts. Stop it. We have everybody has wideouts. The Falcons have wideouts. Don't mean they're any good. Like we got one guy that the defense needs to focus on, and we have a bunch of question marks. A whole lineup of question marks behind him. Cam Sims, good depth player. De'Ami Brown, question mark. Curtis Samuel, question mark, because we haven't seen him on the field wearing a uniform yet. Really, like Dax Milne, good depth piece into the roster piece. Question mark. Like. Where's these wideouts that would stop you from drafting a receiver here? I don't know. That blows my mind. I don't see how we could overlook the wide receiver position. Safety, Cameron Curl and Bobby McCain. Are y'all cool with that? If we roll with that, or do we have to add a safety in the draft?
I think you got to kick the tires on that one. If a lot of people said about Kyle Hamilton, but I think there's a lot of good safeties out there that you could pair with Cameron Curl, because I mean, Bobby McCain got paid because of he looked all world against the Giants. Let's not lie, but yeah, exactly, right. Yeah, Jake Fromm, and I mean, come on now, like that's how he got paid. Because other than that, he was getting cooked. He's putting aloe vera back in business, getting burned. So you got to do that, and you can even argue that you might need to look at a corner too, because I still think Mike Evans is paying child support for Kendall Fuller. So, I mean.
Oh man! So how you feel about our safety spot, Ed?
Cam Curl, he's a baller. We already know that. Bobby McCain, he got better towards the end of the year. Everybody got better. Like Landon was terrible in the first part of the year. The 4-game win streak was when Bobby stepped up. Bobby cursed out the media in the beginning of the year. He had a little
keep that same energy.
Right, yeah, keep the same energy. Then he did play better. I'll give him some credit. Jake Fromm did get him paid 2 picks, threw the ball right to Bobby McCain. And Bobby McCain dropped a lot of interceptions too. Like there was the Teddy Bridgewater interception at the beginning of the game. I want to say he dropped a Pat Mahomes interception that Pat Mahomes just threw right to him. He dropped a couple of picks, a couple of gimmies. Bobby McCain could have had 7 picks. He could have led the league in interceptions. But yeah, I thought he played better towards the end of the year. The value, the money wise, bringing him back was not terrible. And then we got lucky a little bit in the Raiders game. He did tug on Zay Jones' jersey. It is what it is, but I'll take it. But no, yeah, if you can get Brisker, Nick Cross, I really like Jalen Petrie. I think he can come in and help Washington out. There's a lot of good safeties in the second round. So if you don't, I know everybody's in love with Kyle Hamilton. So if you don't, if he's picked like 9 or 10 or whatever happens with that, there is some good value. Brisker, Petrie, Nick Cross. You always want to add, especially with letting Landon Collins go. That is letting go of your depth. You don't have a lot of depth. So let's say Cam Curl missed 1 or 2 games last year. Yep. No disrespect to Jeremy Reeves. Jeremy Reeves had to step in there. He was a little small at times, and Dallas got him a couple times. He was just too big for him, and we could use another big guy like a Jalen Petrie, Brisker, or Nick Cross, one of those big safeties that can run around and move and are chess pieces out there. They can play nickel, they can play deep, they can play a little slot corner here and there. So you always want to add depth at the safety position. And this team with injuries, we're just terrible with it. We have really bad luck with injuries. So at the safety spot, I feel like, we should get one. I feel like the second or third round, I think we can find somebody.
See, comments like this make me laugh in this fan base. I'm going to take a second and I'm going to touch on this. Damn this team fan base. First of all, the grammar is fucking garbage. Damn this team fan base is trash. Why do y'all turn so quick on our young talent? We're not turning on young talent. You know what the problem with the fan base is? A lot of you don't understand football, and you fall in love with these players based on very small glimpses of greatness. And you don't look at the big picture because you form hives and factions. Oh, Team Heineke, Team Gibson. Oh, there's all these pages on Twitter, Gibson Hive and all this stuff. And y'all don't see these players objectively anymore because you've created this absolute like love-struck affinity for a player, and you cannot look at the wrong that they do. We have to objectively value the talent that we have here. We can't keep looking at guys like Kelvin Harmon and thinking they're an answer here, because when they get put on the streets and released, nobody in the league is looking for them. It's not that we turn on our young talent. We're not afraid to upgrade. So that's what I have to say about that. Like, it's not that we're turning on our young talent. It's anybody can get replaced. This league's a business, bro. Like, they're having problems with them now. Ask the Cardinals how they felt about replacing Josh Rosen with Kyler Murray. Everybody's, oh my God, they gave up on Rosen so quickly to draft this 5'9" baseball player. Well, things are they would be in a lot worse shape if they kept Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen is out here fighting for practice squad roles in 2022. We cannot be falling in love with players and being enamored with guys, because it's a league to league year, and you could go from having a guy on your team to having him play for somebody else. Look at all the action this offseason with all these trades and stuff, but that's not the way to look at it, guys. Like, it's not about giving up on players or overhyping players. Just keep it real about what's on your roster. Don't wear burgundy coated lenses when it comes to your team's roster. And Kyle Hamilton, do y'all feel like if we draft him, people are going to unfairly put like Sean Taylor comparisons onto him? Like, if he isn't Sean Taylor, he's a bust.
Yep.
That scares me. It doesn't scare me as far as the player, because I think he's built for this shit. But I just feel like our fan base is going to like unobjectively make him have to be Sean Taylor.
Look at Chase Young. Look what's going on. Everybody say he's going to be Reggie White, and his career is not over yet. I mean, he was rookie of the year. He just had a down year this past year. Generational talent. Tom McShay, he was going to say he was better than the Bosa brothers. That's a big thing too, to be better than both Bosa brothers. That's what we heard coming out. Has he lived up to the hype? No, he hasn't. I mean, I'm being honest. I'm being real. I'm a Chase Young fan. I'm a fan of him. You know, I'm rooting for him. I love Chase Young, but did he play well? And I think that the way that Chase Young can be better, I know the question wasn't about Chase, it's about Kyle Hamilton. But the way that Chase Young can be better is by looking at this year, saying, hey, I didn't play well. You know, maybe I won't. If you want to get your money and do Family Feud, it's fine. But don't miss OTAs for that. You know, schedule that out. And, you know, and who cares? OTAs, it might not impact anything with the games in September, but it's the mindset. It's the mental. I love seeing him there right now, pushing the sled. I saw that, being there with his teammates. It's showing that he's ready to grind. He's ready to get back. He's in there. He's rehabbing. He can come back strong with ACL. But, yeah, I mean, Washington fans, that's what we do. Like you just said, we hype, you know, Ashburn syndrome. We're going to hype guys
Timmy Cobbs.
Yeah, we're going to, Yosemite Cobbs, whoever. Steve Sims was supposed to be Antonio Brown after the year. Hey, 3 or 4 games that Steve Sims had. Everyone's, oh, my goodness, he's the next Antonio Brown. But or Tyree Hill. But, yeah, I mean, Kyle Hamilton, he's that guy. But what really scares me is Jack Del Rio. How is Jack going to use? And I know they say he's the perfect guy, the Buffalo nickel, but it takes time for Jack to get these guys in the right. Like, look how long it took him to get Landon Collins to play the Buffalo nickel. Yeah. Look how long it took William Jackson to get acclimated. We paid William Jackson all this money. William Jackson was getting cooked in the beginning, but finally towards the end of the year, he started playing better. Under Jack, it takes guys a lot of time to gel under this defense. I don't know what it is with Jack, or the D-line coach, the linebackers coach. I don't know who to pinpoint what the problem is with this defense. For me, I'm just concerned with his coaching staff. How are they going to coach Kyle Hamilton up? Are they going to put him in the right position to succeed? Jamin Davis, we drafted Jamin Davis to be a middle linebacker, but he's not a middle linebacker. So things like that scare me with this defense. I don't care who it's scary.
It's like it's coach's ego, square peg in a round hole syndrome. Like, instead of playing to player strength when you draft them, the coaches only see things linear, and you have to be exactly what my scheme needs you to be, instead of saying, we drafted this guy, he's good at this, let's play him there. We gave William Jackson $14 million a year to be a man cover corner, and we sit him back in soft zones and watch him get his shit cooked, and then wonder why he's getting his shit cooked. Corey, go ahead, take it from here, man.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. It's the ego thing, like you said. It's playing these guys. It kind of like what we talked about with Matt Ioannidis, right? Maybe Matt Ioannidis had a reason to be frustrated with Sam Mills III, because we see him out there, especially like Chase Young, him playing up. Dude, he's an edge rusher. His hands need to be in the ground. Go after it. Go and get it. Like, don't stand him up. Don't get too, like, that's the problem with them. They try to get too sexy.
Mm-hmm.
They try to be too sexy. We think we Jennifer Lopez, but we actually Barbara Streisand. That's the problem right there. That's how bad this defense is.
I like
at
Barbara.
times. I'm talking about her Barbara Streisand, not like old back in the day. But still, I mean, I sit here and I look at it like the constant excuse, and there's no accountability. And Toothpick says this a lot. There's no accountability with this coaching staff. Now, players play, coaches coach. But if you're not putting them in the right situation, like our linebacking core over the last 2 years has been abysmal. It's been awful.
Terrible.
I love Cole Holcomb, but he's been average in a piss poor linebacking room. Let's just say it on the grand scheme of things, right? Steve Russ's ass should have had a pink slip at the end of the season because they have done nothing. The best linebackers you've had, Kevin Pierre-Louis and Cole Holcomb. That's it. Like, I mean,
KPL.
That's really all you had. We're hoping Jamin Davis can be that guy, right? But they didn't want to play him at the beginning of the season. Like, there's no method to the madness. It's like they're trying to be, and kind of going back to what you all said, we try to make these players into the last person. Every edge rusher that comes in here is going to be Dexter Manley or Charles Mann. That's who like the old heads would make it. Every safety, like in our generation, they got to be Sean Taylor. Guess what? Bill Belichick played for Bill Parcells, coach with Bill Parcells, one of the best coaches in the NFL. Bill Belichick wasn't trying to be the next Bill Parcells. He was just trying to be the best version of Bill Belichick. Let these guys actually go out there and develop themselves and become something. If they suck, get their ass out of here. But if you see something that's a tool, and we all see, like, my biggest question is Cam Sims. This man, he just keeps on dodging the bullet, right? He's been here for 6-7 years now. What, 2008? So he's been here about 5 years now. Like, what are we doing with him? But he's still, like, he's that undrafted rookie. That's how they play him. Not as this 5-year veteran. It makes no sense. Why do you re-sign the guy if you're not going to use him?
Exactly. Yeah, man.
I don't even know if that answered your question, but damn, it just got me so
answered
mad.
It answered it good enough for me. And we got to get our guy Paulie because he's talking nonsense in the chat. Trade Terry? Why are we talking about trading Terry, Paulie? What are we gonna have? De'Ami Brown as wide receiver 1? What we do? What we doing? Certain fans want to see Wentz fail just so they can say, I told you so. That's a problem with our fan base as well. People get so caught up in being right, looking correct, and having their narrative like, oh, I told you guys that it started like at most when this divide came with RG3 versus Kirk Cousins. Like, bro, at the end of the day, we want the team to win. I don't give a shit who suits up for us at quarterback as long as they win us games. If Taylor Heineke was a good quarterback, I wouldn't have been saying every episode for the last 3 months to upgrade from him. But he's a backup. He is what he is, and I believe we significantly upgraded from the guy. Root on your damn team. If this your team, don't you want them to succeed? I'm tired of losing, bro. Like, we're all in the same age demographic in this panel right now. I've never seen 11 wins here, bro. Never seen it. Never seen the conference championship game. I've never seen a 30 touchdown quarterback passing season. You know, Sonny Jurgensen in 67. That was 24 years before I was born. So, I just want to see us win, man. Stop rooting against the damn coach because you don't like him. Stop rooting against the quarterback because he's not your preference. Root the damn team on. And if you can, if it's in your budget, show up to that sorry ass stadium and support the damn team, man. Did y'all see they painted the field with the new Commander stuff? If y'all did, what'd you think of it?
Like, who the hell is the damn groundskeeper there? Like, it looked like somebody had washed the damn t-shirt with bleach out there.
Did you see the finished version though?
Oh, I seen the finished version. Yeah, it's the same way. They got them splotches
all over
they
definitely
the place.
Need some fine tuning.
I mean, my God,
Fields in off-season mode for sure.
Yeah. But damn it, you going look. If you come into my house, don't mean it's off season or go season. I'm going to have my shit together. My couch is going to be cleaned off. You're not going to have my suit coats all over the place. You're not going to have cat shit in the floor. You're actually going to have a nice experience. Like, the field, while it looks good with the new logo and everything on it, I love it. But they had patches up in the damn thing. They had sod on there.
You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get the Bermuda grass right. You know, they still working on the Bermuda.
My ass. Get the triangle and like get some spray paint, damn it. Like y'all got a PR department that takes those pictures, Photoshop that shit. So we didn't know until we got there on Thursday. What is wrong with y'all? Make us look good. I'm tired of being the damn punchline. It's over everything, even the field, because I hope the field does break Jalen Hurts this year, kind of like it almost did last year. But I don't want it to look bad when we doing it. Like, damn, come on now. We couldn't get our defensive lineman couldn't get to him. The damn second story stairs got to him almost. Damn, this is like, come on now.
Man. Hey, we're not picking on Chase. Chase didn't play to his potential. He'll tell you himself. You want to know how Chase? You want to know how Chase should have done better? Ask his mom and his sister when you see him at the stadium. They be on his ass the whole time, and they know he's better than that. But how do you feel about how the field looks though? Like the far as the logo in the middle in the end zone.
I didn't look at it. I mean, as long as the sewer isn't coming down, that's a step in the right direction right there for the stadium for real. But I saw a little snippet of. I know they just hired a new social media person. I think, some lady or something like that. They're trying to get good because Corey brought up Warpath brought up the PR, so they're trying to hire some more people. But I think it looks fine. It does need some improvement. We know how the field is. People get hurt. Joe Burrow got hurt. RG3 got hurt. I mean, I can name 300 people got hurt, like on the same Alex Smith, in like that same little spot. So that's probably where you're talking about Warpath, where it was a little patched up. But I mean, it's going to take some time, man. It's going to take some time. I do want them to get more of a low. I don't know if they're going to have like a commander mascot or a logo. We'll see what happens with that. I know people asked Jason Wright about that, so that might go in the middle of the field later on in a couple of years. I know we still don't have a fight song, so we'll see about that.
I don't really think we need a fight song. I think that's kind of forcing it.
Yeah, the Commanders. So because I've seen people ask.
Figure something like a chant out when we score. Like we don't have to have. It's 2022. We don't have to have the damn fight song, man.
I mean, HTTR, of course, that's the best fight song ever. But I mean, I see what you're saying. All I care is about winning. At the end of the day, I couldn't care less about the name either. So I'm warmed up to it now. So I'm good with Commanders. It is what it is. I'm not mad about it.
Me too. I mean, I got the W on. He got the W on. You got the W on. We all got the W on. You know what I'm saying? But Victor, guy, y'all can't be so emotional. We're not turning on players because we hold them accountable, man. Y'all gotta lighten up, man. Football a man's game, man. Y'all gotta stop being so sensitive with these damn players, man. Y'all really have to stop getting on him. He'll be fine. It's not stop getting on him. You get on a player that you took at the second pick of the draft if he has a sack and a half through 10 weeks. You get on him. That's not being unfair. That's not picking on him. Boo fucking who. Get to the quarterback. Azeez Ojulari shouldn't outproduce Chase Young. F.A. Abada should not outproduce Chase Young as a backup. I don't want to hear it. You're not picking on players. We need these players to play to their damn draft potential.
Him and Shaka Tony had the same amount of sacks, right?
Yeah.
These seventh rounders were coming in. They were getting consistently more pressure than Sweat and Young. That shit is inexcusable. You're not picking on these guys by saying that. You're keeping it 100,000 and you're calling it how you see it. And that's how fans should be. We're not saying cut him. Roger Smith says he's a bust. I don't call him a bust. Roger Smith calls Chase Young blonde clowny. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I would say all of that, but Chase, this is a huge year for him, and a bounce back year would be pivotal. I think he could give us 12 sacks this year, force a couple fumbles, some game-changing plays, and then we're back in business. But if he does not, that opens up a whole can of worms here going into year 4. I Love Weed was good. Get rid of AG, fumble too much. See, I'm not saying all that. I'm not saying get rid of these guys. I'm just saying I want them to do better. Before y'all go, for shits and giggles, let's do one more mock draft. Let's do one together as a team. Because Corey loves doing mock drafts. Just for Corey, just for shits and giggles, we are about to do a mock draft just for my boy. And just before we go, we got 2 days left. We might as well knock another one out. Let me get my share screen going real quick. Come on, guys. We're gonna get our war room cracking. What we thinking? Let me set this up like this. No, wrong
No,
screen.
yeah, no. Whoa,
No,
whoa,
no,
whoa,
no, no, no,
whoa,
no,
whoa,
no,
whoa.
no. There
I'm
we
the first
go.
pick.
There we go. Okay, here we go. We are here now, and we have a trade offer on the table. Hell no. The trade back, we are not good enough to trade back 32 spots. That's a whole draft. Like, what do y'all think?
No, another 45. That's way too bad.
Bro, that's the whole league. That's a whole round.
Yeah, it's all the way to the second round. Yeah. I see. I mean, they're giving us 5 picks, but yeah, it's still way too far.
All right, then let's see how it played out so far. Aiden Hutchinson went 1. Garrett Wilson 2 to the Lions. Wow, that's a fucking curveball. The Seattle traded up for Evan Neal, Sauce to the Jets, Icky, and Willis to the Giants. See, that's a pick that I'm like, people are like, Willis would be perfect for Brian Daboll and the Bills. In the Giants offense. You know what I'm saying? I think he could do magic with him. Well, now this is a complete curveball top 10. Now we look at the board that we're at right now. Travon Walker should not be there. He's there. Derek Stingley. Oh my goodness. What are we doing with this pick here at 11, guys?
You said who's available? Who's available?
All right, so we got Trayvon Walker, who should not be there. Jordan Davis, the D tackle from Georgia. Jermaine Johnson, Derek Stingley, and then the 2 quarterbacks, Pickett and Corral, are there. Olave, and I'm either going Stingley or Olave, but Trevon Walker and Jordan Davis, they are tempting, but I'm not drafting a defensive lineman. I'm going wide receiver or DB. So what are we thinking here? Are we thinking Stingley or Olave? Or what do y'all think?
So Wilson's gone?
Yeah, Wilson went 2.
He went 2 to the Lions.
What? Oh, this joint drunk.
This joint janky.
My God. Hell, I wish I could trade back just to get Olave. That's the thing.
I'm a full screen that joint. Yeah, that's what we. I know.
If I'm going with Ron, what do I think Ron will do? Ron would go with Olave because he loves.
Yep, I think the pick Thursday. You know what I'm saying?
Olave.
I'm dropping the prediction episode tomorrow, so you're going to get, even though that's about everybody else and not me, I think we're taking Olave Thursday, but tomorrow, be tuned in. I'm dropping a compilation of all the content creators, a bunch of fans, a couple media members, everybody's prediction at what Washington's going to do at 11. Both of these guys made their prediction on the show. You're not going to say it just yet, even though we kind of hinted at it, but I think the team would take Chris Olave here, even though it would be really hard to not take Trevon Walker, but I don't think Chase Young and Montez Sweat. I don't think they would do that. Y'all think so?
Take who? Trayvon Walker.
Trayvon Walker.
I don't know.
Nah, not DE that high. Nah, not in the first round. You can't. You can't do it because he's not gonna. You got to get a starter. In my opinion, you got to get somebody who's gonna come.
Okay, so we just took Olave with that pick. Okay, hell no to this pick. What is that? A 57. We're trading back 57 picks. You're drunk, LA. I understand y'all trying to. They offered a second.
He was trying to finesse.
They offered a second and third for next year too, but trading back 57 spots is something a team that's really good can do. I don't believe we're in position to do so. That is tempting. Are we interested? Buffalo's offering 57 and 89 for 47 and 189. So we're going to go back 10 picks and get a 3rd round pick for our 5th rounder and 47. What do y'all think?
I'd take that.
Depends on who's on the board.
Let's look at the board. All right, so we got Chad Muma, Christian Harris, Jahan Dodson, DeMarvin Leal, Trey McBride, my guy. Like, let's see. Hold on, am I at the top of the list? Nope, I'm not even at the top of the. Okay, Kenneth Walker, Ajabo, Quay Walker, Dotson, Muma, Harris, Leal, McBride. Are we trading back 10 picks and seeing what we get there?
Yeah.
Trade back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd trade back there.
Yeah.
All right, let me call my guy over here at Buffalo, Brandon Bean.
Now, Buffalo, this is not realistic because Buffalo got mad over JD McKissick. They was crying over.
Hell yeah, I'm like, guys, I know the JD thing got you guys a little messed up. I'm glad y'all were able to still look past that and keep our relationship and our friendship going. We're gonna throw you a bone. We're gonna let you get 10 picks ahead, and we're gonna take your trade offer. So you go, Glen Coco. Let's go. I'm rejecting this one. We're not trading back again. And the Giants kick rocks. So what are we thinking here? I like Quay Walker, Christian Harris, Trey McBride. What are we? Troy Anderson. Are we going offense again, or are we going linebacker? What are y'all thinking here?
Let me see here.
They just met with Christian Harris. I know they like Troy Anderson a lot too. So it's a tough one.
Hey,
I
Roger,
think
you better prepare yourself because we're going to take a wide receiver at 11 unless Kyle Hamilton is somehow on the board there. It's happening. I don't think it's dumb when you need one. I'm going McBride here. What would y'all do here at 11? Or are we going linebacker?
I think you said that Christian Harris and Anderson met with. I think you got to go with the best linebacker up there on. And
Quay Walker? I think Harris. I like
Harris.
Christian
That's
Harris.
why I say that. I'm saying out of the two that they had interviewed.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd go Christian Harris there.
All right, are we all on board? Ed, how you feel? Christian Harris, Quay Walker, Troy Anderson?
You did sell me on McBride, man. Like, yeah,
I want the guy.
You sold me on that. Another Bama guy.
Oh, we going offense. Oh, y'all speaking my language today.
Yeah. Let's go, McBride. Let's do it.
You know what the theme is when you come to Rambling with Rio? Hashtag F the defense because they got the talent to work with it right now. We're going offense off rip in the first 2 rounds. The next pick, we definitely have to take a defender because Jack Del Rio is probably going crazy right now. Jarris, what's good with you, my guy? What's good, my guy? What's going on, David? What's good? Love your content. Even though I bleed green. Hey, man, appreciate that, man. And I cannot wait to see Carson's revenge tour versus the Eagles and the Colts this year as well. And I appreciate you for tuning in. And what are we doing here? No, we are not trading back. What is that? 50, 60, that 59 picks? No, sir.
Nah.
We're not doing that. So let's see what's on the board here. Oh, Sky Moore fell all the way to the 4th. Fell this far.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus, he is there, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. What we got on the board? So we took a wide receiver and tight end. So we got to look. Brian Asamoah, Oklahoma.
Is there any safeties there?
Yes, McKinney out of Oregon. That's a safety I'm looking at there, and that's a free safety / Buffalo nickel. Take a shot.
Yep. I'm too drunk to taste this draft now.
Oh man, are we taking a defensive tackle? What are we taking? I'm thinking Brian Cook out of Cincinnati is a good safety. So Brian Cook, Verone McKinney, Kirby Joseph. I think I would go with
I like Kirby Joseph.
Kirby Joseph?
Yeah.
Let's see. This is a game with overall awareness. He's active processor. He recognizes motion, but also offensive. He knows. What are we doing? We're going safety here. We're going back. We're going Asamoah. What are we doing? What's the bigger need for us? Do we need a linebacker more or safety? I think we may need a linebacker more.
Let me
Damone Clark. I know has injuries or like a Darian Beavers, but what were we about to say, Ed?
I'll probably take a look at safety.
Safety? I like the guy out of Oregon, McKinney. What do you guys like at safety? I know he said Corey said he likes Kirby Joseph. Who we thinking?
Yeah, that's me. I like Kirby Joseph.
Yeah.
Kirby Joseph. You like Kirby Joseph? Then let's what up? Where'd he go? Is he still on the board? Yep, Kirby Joseph it is. It's the pick. We got us to say Ron got his Buffalo nickel. He got his Buffalo nickel, bro. I don't think anyone in the world heard of the word Buffalo nickel before Ron Rivera and company. And honestly, to keep it a buck, I really don't feel like doing the rest of the draft. These are the picks that matter. At this point of the draft, that's when shit starts to get messy. And you know what I'm saying? But all right, we went offense in our draft. I think offense should be a priority on Thursday. We're now 2 nights away. Before we head out for the night, give me your guys' closing statements of Washington Commanders football ahead of Thursday night's draft. What would you like to tell the fan base?
There's going to be guys. There's going to be a lot of position flux. And then after, we're going to sign some Carolina guys after this draft too. We're going to sign Steven Tuilatalele. We're going to bring Landon Collins back too, and we're gonna get some guys in here that love football. We're gonna throw a rock at the wall like Ron does. Everything we need is in this room. That's all I got.
I love it. Corey, come on, speak the gospel. Give us some of that good Old Testament. Corey.
Well, Well, I think Ron's going to go in the room. And they're going to revolt at FedEx Field either way because they lost. No, but they need to pick the best player available at 11. If they can't trade back, pick the best player at 11, whoever that may be. I'd like it to be the wide receiver. But I think that Ron's gonna go. He's like, well, we had our processes, guys, and we went through the tape, and I sat down there, I broke down all this tape, and Marty, they thought that but it's actually my decision, and we talked to Mr. Snyder about this, and we're gonna make this decision.
And
it's
I believe that. I really do.
I do. I really do believe that. Yeah, that's it. Like, look here, guys. No more questions about. Look, okay, guys. That's all the questions,
guys.
I'm going to get up here and walk away. Well, it's funny you mentioned that, JP. That when we thought about this, when we sat down and met with them via Zoom, I thought, well, Matt, I really can't answer that question, but we will see and develop. I was making money, baby. Somewhere Chase Young come out there.
That sounds about Ron like, man. We hit on all the Ron platitudes. We hit on I believe that. I really do, guys. JP, that's a great question, JP. That's a great question, JP. But I see what you're doing there. But I really do believe we got the perfect. He was number 1 on our draft board. He was number 1 on our draft board, guys.
His cousin's uncle's sister-in-law
was in the military.
Yeah, he's great. He comes from a great family. He's cut from a great cloth, and he is exactly what we need to fit the culture here as a Washington commander.
Let's fucking go! Let's go!
Hell yeah, baby!
Let's go!
Hell yeah! But truthfully, though, no matter who we pick on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as fans, fuck your personal preference and your narrative. Root for your team to do well, man, because we don't want to see these motherfuckers lose just so at Rio_Robinson 91 can be right about a position. Fuck my opinion, bro. Win. I don't want a guard or a backer or a D tackle at 11. If they take one, I hope he's the greatest one of all time, because I'm going to get my shit off and I'm going to be mad about it for a couple hours until I let it process. But root the team on. Let's win some goddamn games. That's all I got for right now. Ed, Corey, y'all go ahead and sign us off and tell people where to find you, even though they know where to find you. Let them know anyway.
Yes, sir. Y'all can follow me. Y'all can find me on YouTube. Just type in Ed Oliver, Skins or football team, Commanders. Y'all can find me on YouTube for sure. Twitter is EDTOOOFLATT. I know it's a lot, but Rio's for PG, so he knows what it is back in the day. And yeah, if y'all are Wizards fans, you can follow me on. You can watch me on Locked On Wizards. That's if you care about the Wizards.
No, we're not responding to this type of trolling today. 301. You can get the fuck out of here. We're not doing that shit today.
They ran a scramble, a quarterback sneak. That's Mike McCarthy.
Mark McCarthy. We're talking about the fucking Michelin Man. Baymax from Big Hero. Like, what are we talking about? Corey, go ahead and sign us off, my brother.
Yeah, well, we'll massage this out like Mike McCarthy gets those massages, so it'll be all good. Yeah, you can find me on the Warpath here on YouTube talking Washington, whatever the hell we are now. Commanders. We are Commanders. Bum, 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 bum. And you can follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram at Sanchez405. I usually have some debauchery going on there, or some condescending or sarcastic remark about what's going on in the world of sports. And Ed, nobody cares about the Wizards. The Wizards don't even care about the Wizards. And
only Ed cares about the Wizards.
Yeah. Only person cares about it is Ed. And Ted don't even care about the Wizards. And we claim Prince William County. Prince William County claims Rio now. So I'm Prince
William County, but my whole family from DC and PG, so I know the lingo. We definitely, me and Corey, we PWC legends out here. But appreciate both of y'all for coming on the show. kicking it with me per usual. The vibes are always immaculate when my guys come through. Shout out to everybody who came through in the chat. 301. We always want Dallas. Y'all got worse.
There you go, Jay Cherry. Where's this every day? My fault. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, hey, my man Terry. That's my high school alumni right there. That's my boy Terry from Freedom High School. My boy.
Okay.
Hey, that's my alumni in the building. But until next time, hail to the Commanders. Take command. Salute. See y'all on draft night. Subscribe to these gentlemen if you're not already done so. Deuces.